Howard Schultz began his professional career in sales and marketing for Xerox Corporation. In 1978, he joined Hammerplast, a Swedish-based housewares firm. As luck would have it, Hammerplast just happened to sell products to a Seattle coffee company called Starbucks. Joining Starbucks in 1982 as head of marketing, Schultz soon became captivated by the coffee bars in Italy. His proposal that Starbucks expand in this direction was quickly dismissed as crazy. So he left Starbucks to start his own coffee bar business, and soon Starbucks had a change of heart and offered to invest in his coffee bars. By 1987, Schultz and a group of investors bought the original Starbucks company for $3.8 million. It consisted of 6 stores. Today, Starbucks owns 14,000 stores in 40 countries, including 500 in China. Under Schultz's leadership, Starbucks became the first company in America to offer both stock options and comprehensive health insurance to every single employee, including part-time workers. Howard Schultz is still summoning up the courage to open his first coffee bar in Italy.
We lived in the projects, federally subsidized housing in Brooklyn, New York. My parents were working-class people. They had a tough time of it. My father worked very hard, didn't make much money. He was a truck driver. He picked up and delivered cloth diapers before the invention of Pampers. On this winter day in 1960, when I was 7 years old, he fell on a sheet of ice and broke his ankle in a severe way and injured his hip. And he was in a cast from his hip to his ankle. If you were a working-class, blue-collar person in 1960 and got hurt on the job, there was no workman's compensation, and we didn't have any health insurance. I worked from the time that I can remember, starting as a paperboy, gave all the money back to my parents. I had some very, very bad jobs. I think the worst job that I had was I worked for a furrier to stretch the skins of a pellet, and I was paid, I think, 5 or 7 cents per skin. That was a tough job, and I did that for a number of years after school. I was never the kid who had the high IQ, but I did have passion and curiosity. And I was fortunate enough to be a good enough athlete to be considered for a scholarship, and that's how I went to college. There was a Swedish company that was starting a U.S. division, and I was hired as a general manager. And this business had a consumer product that was sold to the 3 Starbucks stores in Seattle, Washington. I was very curious about how this small Seattle company was buying all these things. And so I basically, over the course of a year or two, convinced the 3 founders of Starbucks to hire me as the head of marketing. And I came out here in '82, Sherry and I, when Starbucks was getting ready to open up its 4th store. And the rest is history.
Howard, growing up in a very poor neighborhood, at times was made to feel that maybe he wasn't as important because he came from the kind of family that he came from. Not only did he get over it, but one of the things he'll say to others, including the children, is, you are on equal playing field with anybody you come in contact with.
There's going to be many times in your life where it'll be very easy for you to forget where you have come from. Not only should you not forget where you come from, but integrate that in where you're going.
Ladies and gentlemen, Horatio Alger Association member Howard Schultz.